I'm on the way. I don't walk, I slide. Someone down 911, my door's about to commit suicide. If he told you he the one, he a fake, he a snake, he lied. She knew what time it was when she hopped up in my ride.
And welcome back. It's been so long. How you been since I last talked to you, Mastermind?
Oh my God, that was what a couple days. I was doing all kinds of stuff. Got me off the yacht again. I woke up again.
You loving this yacht life. You're no longer flying out to Jets End to Tarkov. You're now more down in the Florida, I heard, right, Mastermind?
Yeah. Hey, I get around.
Oh, listen, that's what billionaires do. Have you decided which sports team you're going to buy? I know you're going to be buying one of them. I just didn't know exactly which one's going to make the most money.
I'm not entirely sure yet. I'm looking at the Orlando City Lions. We'll see.
Okay. Well, where we left off, we have Faye is going to be the next one, I believe. You were the last one to vote, so it's up to me. And seeing where Corey is, this is where we're going to end. They'll be the last one voted, so I've got Faye. Faye is currently working on a cure for cancer. She was one of the first voted out. She won the first duel to make her way back in and quickly became the second most important voice on Talatama. Unfortunately, science, the world needed her, so she left us. I'm going to have to go with a role player for Faye. I think if she and Skylar had stayed around, they would have made a lot of noise together. I think she could have clicked up with the Sangone mature women and made some noise too. Unfortunately, she got pulled away early.
Yeah. I could definitely think she could have made some more noise, and there was a lot of noise made throughout that season, so yeah. I could see it.
At least there was no noise like gunshots. We can't have any gunshots around because
none of those.
We don't do that around here. That's not.
Yep, exactly. So my next one is a tough one, honestly. Yeah. I got Frank, which, Frank was on track to potentially be up there in the serious contender MVP conversation. There was a couple moves there at the end where he kind of lost control just a little bit. Obviously sometimes people like to make their own decisions, and that doesn't quite go with what you were thinking and your view of how the game's going. So I got to put Frank at solid yet flawed.
That's interesting. If I remember correctly, right at the poll, I believe you voted Frank as the MVP of his season. That is interesting. I did not expect that out of Frank. But yeah,
I either had him as solid yet flawed or serious contenders. Okay. Given where we are in the rankings right now, with only winners in serious contenders moves, and that's kind of what we've established right now. And then just thinking about the overall game and just hey. If you go out when you go out, you didn't make it to the end, you have some flaws.
It's true. Let's just say I plan probably to if I had to do my revisit, I might be revisiting this one. We might see Frank hop up a few tiers, but we're in the beginning. I respect the decision. I respect your vote. I respect your vote, Mastermind. I'm at Gil Finley. Gil Finley was, without question, probably America's favorite player who's ever played this game. He was a sweet man. He was an interesting man. He was researching everything since he's left the show. He's been involved in so many different crazy journeys. There's been news stories about him. If he had made it to the end, he was without question going to win because that jury loved him. But from a strategic standpoint, he wasn't trying to win the game. He did not want to win the game. He wanted to help his friends win the game. It's a very odd choice. He's really the hardest person I've had to rank because he legitimately would have won maybe the first undisputed every vote person if he made it. But what move would I say would have put him there? I don't know. So I could see it going all the way here or all the way here. This is really hard. I think I'm going to go... I'm going to have to go solid but flawed. It's hard. Gil Finley's a really hard one to rank.
I mean, if we're just looking at the last two picks alone, if Gil Finley goes solid but flawed, Frank would have to go up one.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, I'm not gonna second guess you. Frank has a solid flawed. I don't. Okay, I guess everyone has a flaw, so that's
Yeah, I
interesting.
mean, hey,
Yeah.
you can't. I mean, you can't. The one big flaw that I can think of was, of course, he had his alliance there. Crabman flipped on him,
Crabman.
and he swears to this day that if he were able to get a conversation in to Crabman, apparently he just didn't. They didn't line up at the time. They couldn't get together. But if he
Crabman
got to
fell
get
for the
if he
the
got a
feline.
conversation in with Crabman Tyrone, he wouldn't have flipped, is what he
It's
assures me.
very possible.
But because I never saw that,
Yeah.
I can't put it as serious. He was definitely a serious contender. Don't
Oh
get me
yeah.
wrong, but you know,
So you have to rank a alien two-time player in Gordon Shumway.
he's the best alien we've ever had.
It's
I
no
mean,
question.
does that put him in the MVP conversation?
Nope.
I'm gonna go ahead and put Gordon Shumway as I don't remember. I don't remember too much of his first season, man. I got to put him as like a filler.
He's a hard one to rank too because
It was either
um,
filler or role player, but I
he
couldn't
made
quite
it to the
remember.
jury. The first time, his second time, he was the first vote before maybe the second vote before the jury. It's a very interesting game. Two-time player, but just he took long naps. He was one of those long nappers. You mean
Yeah, exactly.
Heath Baker? This, I mean, I'm not gonna really say too much about it. You can't say Heath isn't solid, and you can't say Heath isn't incredibly flawed. He should be flawed yet solid. We should flip the words for Heath. Very, very one of the biggest villains we've ever seen. Used advantages well, created chaos well, but I don't really see how he was planning to get any jury votes.
Yeah, exactly. Got to make at least some friends.
Mm-hmm,
All right, this next one, who I got? Izzy?
Izzy.
What's this? This was Survivor, right? Yeah, this was
He was
Survivor.
Survivor season 2 with Cat and
Uh,
Rubber Bricks.
man, we should just have a Izzy and Cat category where it's just like romance,
Oh yeah,
like romantic.
romance
rom-
MVP for sure.
There for Love Island, we should
Oh,
have that.
Love Island
Um,
MVP Izzy Grant.
yeah, we could have kept Chuck in there too.
Oh, drop
Uh,
names there.
let's see. So with Izzy, I gotta at the very least put Izzy at role player.
So is that where we're finishing, or are we going above?
What's that?
You said very least, so I don't know if that's where we're putting her, or are we saying up where we at?
No. Yeah, it's just a role player.
Yeah, Izzy is one of those ones that, I mean, she was the first member of the jury, so she went out pretty quickly, and it's hard to give somebody who didn't make it deep a higher rank than that. But Izzy had an incredible game too. This game
Yeah,
is so
yeah,
difficult, you know.
for
I
sure.
could see her here. I agree, she's either here or here, and it's hard to decide where she is. So I appreciate that I didn't have to make that call. This is the loveliest person we've ever had in the game. She reminds me so much of my own daughter, Jasmine. Such just a fearless giver. Her heart is so open.
Yeah,
Um,
she chased her dreams and like got a job at the Mountain Dew factory,
she
didn't she?
went deep undercover in the Mountain Dew factory. She loves Code Red. Um, I will have to go role player because again, she did not make it deep. Was not on the jury, but what a wonderful player! What a lovely spirit.
Oh man, we gotta. Well, for first off, what's our last one for episode 2? By the way, I didn't
We're
even
gonna be the bunny
think
man.
about that.
The bunny man.
Okay, you got it. All right, so our next one, right here, we got JD.
Ooh.
And JD, oh man, it's another Love Island kind of guy. I'm not
Oh,
sure
Love Island
if he was
MVP.
not sure if he was out there to play the game or what exactly. He had a a good game, but you could make an argument that he might have been solid yet flawed. But I'm gonna go ahead and keep him in role players.
Yeah, like I said, I think role player is going to get the majority of people. It's such a good catch-all. It acknowledges you were above a certain level, but you were below another one, and I couldn't agree more. That's a perfect thing for JD. It's my pick on Jesse. I'm not going to waste time on it. I don't remember anything about his game.
That was my example of forgettable.
Yeah, I don't. I
Oh,
I know his
man.
name. That's about it.
I could never forget this man, but they went out so early that eventually I will. Forgettable.
Oh, sorry. We appreciate you, Jim. We appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
This is interesting. I wonder what you'll have to say about this. With Jordan, for me, my conversation, I could see based on how we've rated these people's below, you can make an argument for Jordan as low as role player. But for me, I'm only debating between is she our first MVP or a serious contender. Jordan, while she was in control of the game, was the best player in that game, arguably the best player we had seen in the RDS at that point. But Jordan made one of the biggest mistakes where she did not switch to in-game thinking. She continued trying to be everybody's friend, and when her people started getting taken out, JD went, Sean went, these people who she had as her contacts, Jasmine went. She did not make a move to consolidate power, and by the time she was in danger, she didn't have any pieces, any moves left to make. I'm going to put her as a serious contender, but she could have been an MVP. She could have been the winner. It was an incredible game.
Yeah, it's gonna be very hard for me to consider anybody MVP if they didn't actually finish off with a win. Especially when you have so many winners in serious contenders.
I think the most of the MVPs didn't win because I think they were so dominant that, like, for example, the first ever player of the season we had last year was first place was Tyrone and second place was Frank. Like, the winner, Daisy, as great as she was, I don't know if she got any votes for player of the season. I think a lot of the times the player, like, your season, you played a better game than Tam, so you are the winner, and that makes sense. But if you look about the big moments, the big plays, it was Tam who made a lot of them. He also had bigger flaws than you, so it's like, what makes an MVP? The big stuff or the undercover great stuff? It's hard. It's always going to be hard.
Yeah, I mean, we're always looking back on this, so obviously hindsight's 2020. But I just, to me, somebody that you would consider one of the most valuable players, they find a way.
They got to. And Jordan went out, I think, 7th or 8th. So I mean, I see what you said. But you're on Justin.
We definitely got to move Frank up. If I feel bad about any decision that's been made so far, it's where Frank is, especially especially with given the current list.
Yeah.
All right, so I got Justin.
An unknown last name, Justin. Justin question marks. First jury from Big Brother season 2.
Yeah, he's to me he was kind of forgettable. I'm not gonna lie. I am gonna put him at filler because of where he made it to.
Okay.
But I just of this person's characters, that is one of the more forgettable ones for me.
I mean, hey, I can't argue that is the word. If I know he's represented by R&T, R&T's his agent, and of R&T's 3 clients, you can't argue it's the worst performance. But wow, that's an interesting placement. But back to me, Wildcat, Catherine Azalea, represented by Rusty Films, the agent. This is an interesting one. Probably my favorite player from the season she played in. Just loved so much about her fighting spirit and her personality. I've a close relationship with her outside of the game. But of Rusty's clients, arguably the worst performance, maybe second worst. So it's really hard. I'm probably going to have to go solid yet flawed for Wildcat. Even though I love Wildcat.
Yeah. Based on my next pick here, going back to it, just thinking about this, I just don't want to put him right next to Justin, but that's not because of Bunny Man. He's not a forgettable guy, so I gotta put him in filler. And then if I had anything, I should have just put Justin back at role player. But
yeah,
anyway,
we're learning. You are kind of Russia in here. You're a little harsher of a critic than me, but hey, I appreciate it. I love you're the first ever winner. Mastermind. You have maybe a higher standard than others would have. But that'll be the end of the second episode. We appreciate you for coming back, and we'll see you again in a few days. I hope you have a good time these next couple of days, Mastermind.
You too.
If you're looking for me, you know where to find me at. Out here in the jungle, swing the chopper like a baseball bat. Throwing this paper around, cause it ain't gon' stack. Coupe so futuristic, it was looking like a spacecraft. If they looking for me, they know where to find me at. Out here in West Jersey, had to put